guys, we're gonna learn all we need to know about foundations today.
And I'm gonna be who I wanna.
She gon' be that chick.
All about that grind, cause I wanna be that chick. All about that grind, cause I wanna be that chick.
She gon' be
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 I wanna be that chick.
So I'm gonna try to teach you all about the different kinds of foundations there are today and about how to apply. I'm only gonna do one, but it's the same for most of them. All right, so let's go through each different kind of foundation. Let's start with powder. So, oh my God. All right, one of the main kind of foundations there are powder foundations. And you probably remember these, like the old brown CoverGirl that had that weird little like medicinal smell that your mom had in her purse. That is a packed powder foundation. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24. It is just a very pigmented, super light coverage foundation. And it's just there for a little extra help or to set things. This is not gonna give you, oh my gosh. Well, let's show you. So I'll just use the little sponge that it comes with. Get it built up. Do you see how gentle and light that is? It's not really gonna give you a ton of coverage. It's not gonna block out everything completely. You're still gonna see your freckles. You're still gonna see all of your different things right through it. It's just there to give you a little bit of help, maybe cover some redness a little bit and even out the skin tone. These are great if you have perfectly great skin and you're just looking for a no makeup look, and maybe you have a little bit of an oily skin texture. It's gonna be great for you. All right, and on that same note, let's get into a tinted moisturizer. Do we have a problem with drugstore? Drugstore? Yes, I have a problem. I love drugstore. I am a drugstore stan. I'd rather spend $10. I'd rather spend $10 on a tinted moisturizer than $50 on a tinted moisturizer because they're probably gonna do about the exact same thing. There may be a little bit less like juicy special ingredients in them, but this is the Maybelline Fit Me Tinted Moisturizer. So this is going to be like the same as a CC, BC, BB, all those creams. They're essentially a tinted moisturizer. So this is not going to offer you a ton of coverage. Again, it's just there to provide a little no makeup look, just really even things out. It's not really going to get much for your skin. It's just gonna make it all even. Maybe give you some nice hydrating benefits or some skincare benefits. A lot of them have sunscreen in them. This one doesn't actually. So that's gonna give you just a little bit of your skin but better. There are two main kinds of like traditional foundation. We are the drugstore family, so all of my foundations are drugstore right now. They're just so good, okay? So I have a matte formula and a hydrating satin formula, if you will. So a matte formula is exactly like it is. It's gonna have a soft matte finish. Sometimes they're a little less than soft. Let me just get a little bit on the back of my hand. The texture is going to be really, not thick, but it's definitely going to cover. Like this is going to be some pretty full coverage stuff. It's going to white out your canvas and it's going to provide a very good base. This also will dry down on its own a lot of the time and you don't need to really like put a ton on top of it like powders or anything. It'll really make your skin really like powdery and dry if you don't. There was a time before setting sprays where we put on matte foundation, matte concealer, and then baked. And then we didn't hydrate with anything, but we were crusty, okay? 2014, we were crusty. That is a matte foundation. There are a couple different types of foundation within traditional foundations. There's going to be a low coverage, a medium coverage, a high coverage, and then a buildable coverage. So the low to medium are pretty self-explanatory, but the buildable coverage is if you put a layer on and you're like, I need a little bit more, you can then put another layer on and it should provide a very easy, stackable almost finish. It'll keep stacking on top of itself and you'll be able to build up the coverage that you want. So you could have like a medium coverage with this, but you could also have a full coverage with this, and you can have an extra full coverage with this and baking. So that is a matte foundation. Right now it is summer, it is warm, and I want my skin satin and dewy. The True Match Lumi is underrated if I've ever... Oh my gosh, it's so good. So this is the True Match Lumi. I'm almost out actually, and it's sad. But a satin finish is gonna give you a little hydrated glow. You're gonna look a little bit dewy, moisturized, fresh, bright, but it's also going to provide a coverage that a tinted moisturizer isn't really going to be able to provide for you. So that is the satin formula. Satin formulas are really hard to be buildable. I would say a matte is going to be your best bet for buildable. The satin is going to be a little harder to keep building on top of each other because it is that dewy, moisturized consistency. It's kind of hard to just keep layering it on. There's one last There's one last foundation. I cannot speak. Jeez. There is one last foundation type that I would like to speak about, and it is a cream foundation. This is the Graftobian. This is like a professional line, but anyone can get it. I got mine on Amazon. You can get it anywhere. It is a cream formula. So hydrating, so dewy. I need to get I don't like to touch this because this is my professional and I like to keep it sanitary. So I'm just going to grab that on a cleanse stick. This is going to be ultra hydrating. It's going to be very good coverage. Sometimes it's buildable, but it's usually not all that buildable. But it just is your skin, but better, honey. Like, are you kidding me? Did you see how that disappeared into my hand? It is going to provide gorgeous skin. Gorgeous. The only thing is it's pretty heavy. It's hard to work with in my opinion. You can learn for sure. It's a little harder to work with than traditional foundations, and you have to set it perfectly. It does move around since it's cream and it doesn't like to dry. So you just have to kind of know how to work with it. There are millions of tutorials using this. It is great concealer. But oh my gosh, when you put this on as foundation, honey, it is stunning. Stunning. You just have to set it well and use it right. Mwah, I love it. I love a cream foundation. Beautiful. I do have this big one. This one's messy because it's my professional. Don't judge. But this one has like all of the different colors in it, and I use it to contour, and I can use this tiny little palette on many, many different skin tones because I do have the ability to mix them and get custom shades. That's why you can see my clientele from Utah, which is why I had to get a second white face palette. So that is cream, and those are the different types of foundation and how they work. I'm going to show you an example on how to apply foundation my favorite way with this one. But first I'm going to underpaint, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back when that's done.
A few moments later.
Alright, we have underpainting on. Let's get into foundation. I'm definitely going to use my True Max Lumi and True Match Lumi, and I'm gonna throw on a beauty sponge and get in. There is a couple different ways to apply foundation. Whatever works for you is what works for you. Everyone has their own different like loves and hates with foundation, so this is just what I like to do. I either like to use a velour puff or a damp beauty sponge. That is my two favorite ways to do it. You've all seen one of these, right? This is awful. I hate these, but this is a foundation brush. You can definitely put foundation on. It's gonna be streaky, it's gonna be awful. 0 out of 10, not my favorite. There are dense brushes like this. I've even seen Lipstick Nick even likes to use something basically this small to do it. She says it gives her like a lot of control. I bet it does, but I am not in the mood to do that. I think that one of these works perfectly. And then of course there's just like a kabuki brush. You can use anything you want really. Hands are wonderful. Mr. Nars says there's nothing better than the hand, but you can use whatever you like. I'm gonna use my damp beauty blender. I'm just gonna spray it on there. We do have a little guest right now. She just appeared in our video for underpainting. She says hi. So, yes, you can say hi.
Hi. I'm holding Mom's foundation for a second.
So I am one-handed and a little incapacitated. So that's why I'm not able to take it off the back of my hand. But let's get into foundation.
Have a grown-up for help if you're doing makeup as you're a kid. Ask a grown-up for help.
Okay.
Big grown-up for help.
A big grown-up, not just like a normal grown-up, a big grown-up. So when we're doing foundation with the beauty sponge, it is definitely a beat your face kind of situation. Like you're gonna bounce, like I'm bouncing. And that is the technique you're gonna use for the beauty sponge. With the brushes, you're just gonna have to find out whatever technique you're gonna want to use for your brush. You're gonna circle, you're gonna brush, I don't know, you're gonna have to use a whole bunch of different techniques with brushes. Whatever you're gonna do is gonna work for that brush. I am not a brush foundation person, so I don't have a lot of tips on that. No, I do like brush foundation sometimes. There is a time and place for everything. Brush foundation is sometimes very nice. I just love a beauty blender. And this isn't a like beauty blender. This is just like one that I sold at my store. You can use any of them.
Recycle. Okay, we're gonna...
Okay, get up into the nose really well. Down on the chin. And of course, everybody's least favorite thing to do is blend down the neck. I get like behind my ears and I go all the way down the neck because I don't want that line. I think I read about that line in like a People magazine when I was like 9 and it changed my life. I was like not even wearing foundation. I was like, how embarrassing. No burpee. And that is how you do foundation with a beauty blender. I think it's so stunning with the underpainting. It has such a nice, beautiful glow because this is the Satin foundation. I can do another one when I do matte. I'll make sure to update you guys on a matte foundation and show you the difference. But for now, that's where we're at. And if you want to see how you can set this baby to Chef's Kiss perfection, hit me up in the next video when I post how to set the foundation with powder. And thank you guys for watching today's video. Please let me know in the comments below. Oh, she's so sad. She's with sister right now. Please subscribe, like, comment below. Tell me what you want to see in another video. Tell me if I can help you learn anything. I would love to be of assistance, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Make sure you ask a grown-up for help, kids. Bye! Thanks for watching. Bye.
My nails are chipped.